Hey, Tom, you ready to go over our lines?
I would, Amanda, but I'm kind of busy right now.
Well, I can see that. Well, since you like jelly beans so much, I thought this weekend we could play a game of Bean Boozled on Saturday's block party as we watch a new living room concert with Carla Bianco and the film Newton's Grace.
Sure.
Great, join us this Saturday from 6 to 9 on the Cornerstone block party. Careful, there might be a stink bug flavor in there. Happy Saturday, everyone, and welcome to the Cornerstone Block Party. Tonight is game night, and tonight's game is Bean Boozled. Fran, would you like to explain the instructions to this game?
Sure, Amanda. Well, each of us will take a spin, and whatever color jelly bean we land on is the color that we have to eat.
Great. I'm going to love this game.
But there's a catch.
Uh-oh. I don't like catches.
Whatever color you land on could be a good flavor like buttered popcorn or a bad flavor like rotten eggs.
Gross.
Well, awesome. I'll go first. Oh, boy. It says chocolate pudding or canned dog food. Oh, my gosh. I think it's chocolate pudding.
Lucky.
Yay! Well, Tom, you and I will be up next right after this living room concert with Carla Bianco.
Welcome back to tonight's block party game night. Our game tonight is Bean Boozled. Fran, it's your turn to spin the dough.
Tutti Frutti or stinky socks? Tutti Frutti.
Lucky.
Okay,
There
Tom,
we go.
you're next.
I'm next. Buttered popcorn or rotten eggs?
Well, up next is the film Newton's Grace. Now, who's ready for another spin?
Well, I hope you enjoyed Newton's Grace. You know, Amanda, I love the story of John Newton, and I think about here's a man who was far from God completely, you know, and he wrote the song Amazing Grace, and there's a line in there, saved a wretch like me. And sometimes people have problems with that. They say, well, I'm not a wretch. God doesn't make wretches. No, God doesn't make wretches. We make wretches out of ourselves. And he certainly knew what it was to be a wretch. He said, you know, he had worked on slave ships, he had been in slavery, enslaved himself on an island. So he knew where he needed the grace of God to change things in his life. And that's what it's all about. That's what the amazing grace of God can do.
I love the imagery just of here we're so bound. We are bound and we're chained up. And when you really realize, and I believe we can only truly understand by the power of the Holy Spirit, this amazing love that God had for us, that He wants to destroy the chains that have held us captive, no matter what area of life that the enemy has bound you in. God is saying, break free. You know, Jesus is never going to come again and die. The amazing grace has already been provided. It's us tapping in. It's only in between our ears, the battlefield of the mind, where the enemy tries to keep us in this place of bondage, because God's already provided the way out. But it really goes back to what we believe. So today we desire to see you walk in freedom, to see you walk in the purposes of God. And sometimes that's standing up for justice and righteousness, even in your local community. But God has a purpose for your life, and we're no good, Tom, if we stay in that bound up position.
No, God has great things that you can't even imagine. He has great things for you. He has great healing for you, and He has great change for you. Just seek Him and say, God, I want everything that you have for me. Don't let me miss anything. Well, don't miss our next program, which is called Bump. It's kind of a science fiction futuristic story with a real meaning for today.